The Palace of the Republic, Minsk, Belarus, plays host to Alexander Lukashenko's People's Assembly. These are his people, literally, many personally appointed by the man himself. An enormous two-day jamboree for his allies across state institutions, the business world, civic society. The ruler-straight ranks of a Soviet-style machine and those who keep the machine well-oiled. Uniformity compulsory. Face masks optional. During a 4-hour speech, he told them he would step down, but on a number of conditions. The first one.
Главное мое условие исхода из власти в стране мир, порядок. Никаких протестных действий, не переворачивать страну, высказывать в рамках закона мнения.
Turns out, there are quite a few conditions.
Второе условие. Если сложится так, что к власти придут не те, и у них будут другие взгляды, вторым пунктом мы запишем, что ни один волос из вас и сторонников нынешнего президента упасть не может.
3 big words: progress, unity, independence. 3 other big words: who wasn't invited. No one representing the hundreds of thousands who took to the streets last year was there. The 3 women who represent them, now either in jail or in exile, weren't there either. They'd called for street demonstrations to coincide with the assembly that did not materialise. Cue some soul-searching within their ranks. There is an enormous security services presence on the streets of Minsk as the assembly continues, and there was a wave of preemptive arrests in the run-up to the meeting. For example, some of the organisers of this neighbourhood demonstration, which we filmed at on Sunday night, were arrested. This is Lukashenko's office. For him, the assembly is a reassertion of power and stability in a country that knows what the opposite looks like. The words on the roof: Minsk, city of heroes. 1/3 of the population of Belarus was wiped out during the war. Speaking to Lukashenko's supporters was difficult. A young vlogger, though, agreed to be interviewed via Zoom.
Многие помнят Великую Отечественную войну, Вторую мировую. Многие ее помнят по рассказам. И есть в народе еще жива эта память, как угодно это можно назвать, но не освободились люди от страха того, что будет кровь.
After 26 years in power, Lukashenko's pitch to the country is the same. Change equals chaos. Look at what happened in Ukraine. Supporters we spoke to off camera believe the opposition mass movement is being orchestrated by the West, a colour revolution in white, red and white. During the summer, as Lukashenko flew over the demonstrators as they were leaving, he was heard saying, "The rats are running away." Veronica Tsipkalo, here on the left, is married to the man who ran Lukashenko's first presidential campaign. 26 years later, tried to run for the presidency himself. Now in exile in Latvia with his wife.
I think a lot of things changed, just in the public perception. And he still stays for the same values that were important in 1994. Remember, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, and people, they really were hungry, literally.
In other words, despite the move to Minsk many years ago, the Lukashenko mindset is still that of a Soviet collective farmer. And some older Belarusians relate to that persona. The other thing that keeps him in power: Russia. Although Lukashenko tries to play power blocks off each other, he told delegates yesterday he'd be meeting Putin soon again to ask for another multi-billion cash injection. And so to the final pillar of Lukashenko's power, the ugly face of an enormous security apparatus last year. These were the headline-grabbing images of the quell. But this is the quiet grind of tyranny. Jana is going to visit her sister in prison, one of thousands of activists arrested. Her sister will soon be released. She's doing time for handing out white, red and white wristbands.
Because we have a position which is just different from the official position in the country, and at some point it became dangerous to have this position and to even more
speak it out.
Yeah. So
what is your position? You know, like what do you believe in?
So I believe in law, actually.
Our pro-Lukashenko vlogger also speaks of law and order. He told us he feels free in Belarus, so we asked about the activist in prison. How can a country be free if a young woman is not free to hand out little rubber wristbands?
Растили, кормили, обували, одевали, и она не голодала однозначно. Ей говорят: послушай, вот так вот делать сейчас не стоит, может, разберешься, может, просто не будешь так делать. Сунет пальцы в розетку и там ее колотнет, она это продолжает делать, ну, бога ради. То есть это простая логика.
Jana returned to us after visiting her sister. She'd brought a toothbrush and some hygiene products for her. They're still in the plastic bag. She wasn't allowed to hand them in because it's against the rules. The brutal administration of small intimacies denied.